Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Vizionary and Capricoin overview. My name is Scott Schlemmer. I'm going to be your host today. Wow, is it an exciting day for the Vizionary family, the Capricoin holders, and cryptocurrency around the world. I've got some exciting news to share with you guys today. Boy, I am on cloud 9 today. I am so excited. Today we're going to talk about what is Vizionary, what is cryptocurrency, what is Capricoin, how do you differentiate between the two, and we are going to talk about a few different things. Many of you on the call today probably know that today was a historic and record-breaking day for Capricoin on the public exchanges. I'm going to go over that a little bit with you guys today. I'm going to share with you a little bit about how the value is derived on that public exchange, what causes the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, and in today a incredible rise today. I had to open up with that song today because it's just been on my mind all day. It's just been playing over and over and over and over and over in my head. I've been super excited, so thought I'd have a little bit of fun and open with that with you guys today. And then we're going to talk about a crisis that is hitting around the world, most notably as of recent Greece, but also places like Argentina, Zimbabwe, and all around the world, the financial crisis that we're embarking on right now. And then we're going to present a solution. We're going to share a solution with you to protecting your money, to insuring your money, to diversifying yourself so that you're not all tied up into one stream of income, into one stream of placing your money and your assets and things of that nature. And then we're going to talk about what differentiates Capricoin from all other coins out there, from all of the other cryptocurrency coins out there. We're going to touch on that a little bit today. So we got a lot to cover. We're going to get started. We're going to get right into here. First of all, the quote of the day. The difference in winning and losing is most often not quitting. Quote Walt Disney. And that is it. That nothing derives that more when it comes to Vizionary and Capricoin than today. Those of us that have been here from the beginning, those of us that saw the vision, those of us that went through, some of the struggles and the ups and the downs and all the doubters and the haters and all that stuff out there, 2016 is going to be a year, I believe, where it's going to pay big-time dividends, not only for Vizionary and Capricoin, but also the cryptocurrency space in general. And if you're going to win in life, you can't quit. You can't let doubt creep in. You can't let the haters creep into your mind. You have to have strength. You have to have a vision, and you have to continue to move forward, just like Walt Disney did when people didn't think that Disneyland and Disney World and these great attractions weren't going to work, and now they're the largest attractions in the world. So who is Scott Schlemmer? Why would you want to listen to me? First of all, I am 40 years old. I guess I consider myself a bit of an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, but I have myself in a few different things. I like to diversify assets. I like to diversify income. I did see a quote today that said, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I don't quite have 7, and I like to look at different things. I like to have my hands into multiple opportunities. The things that I look for are leadership, quality of product, and timing. But I look for things that are revolutionary. At this stage in my life where I'm at, I like things that I think can change the world. I like big visions, and that's what I saw when I took a look at Vizionary. You can see there's a picture of me. There's my beautiful wife. I've got 3 young kids. I guess this is a bit of an old picture because that young one in my wife's arms there is about to turn 1 here in a couple of weeks. So I've got 3 kids, ages 5, 3, and just about to be 1 year old. I'm just a regular guy. I live here in West Texas. I'm just a regular guy, just like everybody else. There's nothing special about me when it comes to, oh, that works for him, but it doesn't work for me or anything like that. I've just always had my ears open, my eyes open, and I've been willing to learn. And so for the last 3.5 years, I guess now, coming up on 4 years, I've been working full-time from home in this office that I'm coming to you live from today, building businesses online and offline, and just having a ball of fun doing it. And right now, I'm going to show you what I think has prepared me over the last 20 years. Everything that I've done over the last 20 years has prepared me for this opportunity that I'm going to show you today. If you know me, you know I'm not a hype guy. I'm not going to hype anything. I'm very real. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I like to have a lot of fun. So today we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to share some stories. I hope everybody gets some value out of it. And we're going to get started. So I told you about the record-setting day today. And this is a snapshot of what happened to the value of Capricoin on the public exchange. This is Bittrex. You can go to bittrex.com, Bittrex.com, and look it up by entering in Capricoin or CPC, and you can see the value as it goes basically by the minute. And so you can see there at the top of the page here, the value of Capricoin went up to 85 cents today. And that is easily a record high for this. You can see it's 316% increase from what it was yesterday. And so how does that happen, right? That's a $1 million question. I know there's a lot of excitement. Of course, I'm excited about it. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media and different things from others that are excited. We're all excited about the opportunity here, without a doubt. But that 85 cents, and like I said, I'm a guy that's going to keep it real. I'm not going to hype things for you. That 85 cents is derived from, it's not, arbitrarily raised like you see in other altcoins and you see in other MLM coins and marketing coins and things like that, where they arbitrarily raise the value, a tick every day or every other day or whatever, and it continues to go up and up and up. This is based on true supply and demand. Vizionary, Capricoin, we have no control over how this value works. This is a third-party exchange where you can go and you can take your coins and you can sell them, or you can go there and you can buy coins. And what happened is right now we're about 9, maybe 10 months into this whole venture with Vizionary and Capricoin. And so there aren't just a lot of coins. I mean, the volume you can see there, looks like it's pretty high, but there aren't a lot of people actually selling and moving their coins. And so when somebody comes in, so let's say that it's just somebody that's not involved with Vizionary. You don't have to be involved with Vizionary to buy Capricoin. You can go on to Bittrex, set up an account, and purchase Capricoin. Let's say somebody goes in there and they buy a large volume of coins. Well, this is a supply and demand platform. This is just like a cattle exchange, for example, where buyers come to meet sellers. And if a buyer comes in, or multiple buyers come in, and there's more demand than there is coin available, you're going to see a rise in value. Now, you're going to see this value come down some. But what you're going to see over here over the course, I believe, of 2016 is a tremendous opportunity with Vizionary, with the Capricoin. We haven't even launched the merchant apps yet. We haven't even touched the ability to use this coin for goods and services. And now when you start incorporating those kind of things into it, you're going to start seeing a true value where the coin will be more stable. You're going to see some peak rises and you're going to see some drops, and you can see the graph down there of the volume of what's going on. You can see where it really spiked up today. And all that is a buyer, multiple buyers, whatever, coming in and wanting to buy the coin. And one of the primary reasons I see this is because for the last couple of weeks, we've had a huge influx into Vizionary of new members, of new people joining the mining pool. And so it's actually become a little more cost effective for people to go onto the exchange and buy the coin from the exchange than it is to mine through Vizionary. And now you're seeing it. Now it's way out of whack, where it's now once again a much better deal to be mining the coin through Vizionary, which is ultimately what it's going to be. Ultimately the value of this coin will probably settle in somewhere, and it's going to be a better value to mine through Vizionary. Not to mention all the other things that you can achieve through Vizionary, all of the other programs and ways to earn money. There's 10 different ways to earn money inside of Vizionary. So there's a multitude of different reasons for that. But I think that we've saw a huge influx of people going to the exchange, people that are Vizionary members even, I know, that were going on the exchange and saying, hey, I'm going to buy some extra coins because they're a great value right now. I'm also continuing to mine them, but I'm also going to go buy them. And then we had some people that were outside of Vizionary that came in and wanted to buy a large volume of coins. You're not going to be able to buy a huge, large volume of coins right now. It'd be stupid of me to want to sell my coins at this point. I've got close to 100,000, 80,000 coins, something like that. Why would I want to go? I've got them for pennies on the dollar. Why would I want to go and sell 80,000 coins right now? I believe that with the opportunity in the future that it's only going to get better. And so you're not going to see a lot of people with coins in there. So you're going to see some flux of value there. And you're going to see it's already come down a little bit from its peak at 85 cents today per coin. It's come down some. But over the course of 2016, I really think you're going to see something magical happen here with Capricoin. We're starting to get notice from the cryptocurrency gurus and from the cryptocurrency guys that go in and buy coins and flip coins and sell coins. You're starting to see it. They're starting to see the volume. They're starting to see that this is a real option and a real play. So that is really exciting. There's no doubt today is an exciting day for Capricoin. It's an awesome day for Vizionary. As you can tell in my voice, I am super amped up. But I want to keep it real for people that, this is going to come down some. It's going to go back up some. It's going to come down some. It's going to go back up some. That's how the free market works. If you see coins that continue to go up, just tick, tick, tick up, I would start raising an eyebrow and asking some questions. But that's just me. So hope that explains how the coin works inside of the public exchanges. Hope that helps you out a little bit. And if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me on Facebook or Skype or whatever, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. We have a multitude of experts here, guys that are way smarter than me involved in Vizionary, that'll be able to help you out as well. So I told you at the beginning what I look for. I look for leadership, I look for quality of product, and I look for timing when I'm looking into new business ventures. And September of 2015, some of the top leaders, including myself, were flown out to Spain to spend several days with the management team, with the leadership group, with the ownership group, to really get a grasp of what we have and where we're going. And the ability for me to look these guys in the eye and to see what their vision was, pardon the pun, for this company was incredible. These guys right here, we have a wealth of knowledge from decades of experience inside the financial arena, to decades of experience inside of the home-based business arena, to decades of experience in entrepreneurship, and they're all coming together to start something that I think is very, very special. And this group of guys right here is a special group of people that care about the future of Vizionary. They're not here for a quick buck. They care about the future of Vizionary. They care about the future of Capricoin. And we have an incredible opportunity in front of us here in 2016 and beyond. So I want to touch on the global economy a little bit, because I think people are turning a blind eye to the real problem that we have. And this slide here really explains what's going on inside of the individual families. It says there, according to our calculations, we can make it if we become a 6-income family. Now, that may be a little bit exaggerated, but it's not too far from the truth. I'm 40 years old. I grew up in a family where my dad was an entrepreneur. He owned his own business multiple times, sold businesses, owned them, did fairly well for himself. My mom basically was a stay-at-home mom. So I got to see my mom every day. I got to see my dad every day. I had an incredible opportunity to do that. And in today's society, with inflation and the inability and the debt to income ratio and the inability for families to keep up, you're seeing not only moms having to go to work, but you're also seeing dads having to get second jobs and third jobs just to pay the bills, just to maybe have a little bit of extra income to take their family on a trip somewhere, maybe to the beach for a week or something like that. You're seeing people have to work twice as hard, or sometimes 3 times as hard, without that kind of return for their efforts. I talk about inflation in 1998. You can see what $20 worth of groceries here bought you in 1998. You can see it's almost a cart full of groceries in 2013. When I go to the store today in 2015, I mean, there's times I buy 3, 4, 5 items at a grocery store, and it costs me 30 or 40 bucks. It's absolutely insane. I don't know how people are making it. I remember when I was 22 years old, I got into the golf profession. I spent 7 years in the golf profession. My first year out of college, I think I made like $26,000 or something like that. I felt like I could do whatever I wanted. I felt like I could, go where I wanted to with my friends. I could go out to eat when I wanted to. I could go hang out and, play golf at different places. And I didn't feel like I had any financial burdens. I only made about $26,000 a year. I remember specifically saying to myself, man, wait till I make $40,000 a year. I'm going to feel like I'm rich. And now I look at 2015 and where I'm at is, significantly beyond that, and not to get into numbers, but it feels like it's almost more of a struggle today than it was back in 1996 when I was making $26,000 a year. And that's because the inflation, the debt to income ratio has just gotten absurd. The what it costs today for goods and services has just gotten way, way out of line. I'm a big fisherman. I'm an avid tournament fisherman. I love to bass fish. Well, I just blew up my motor the other day on my boat. It's going to cost me $20,000. Hopefully, it's going to cost the warranty is going to kick in. It's not going to cost me anything, but it's $20,000 to fix and replace the motor on my boat. I just about hit the floor when I heard that dollar figure. And you just look at what things cost today, it's absolutely absurd. And the incomes are not keeping up with that. And eventually, when the rubber hits the road, something's going to have to happen to correct this situation. This slide right here really hits home. Will my kids be better off? I told you I've got 3 kids, 3 young kids. And the reality of it is the next generation is probably not, unless things change drastically, is probably not going to be better off. For the first time in our history, in decades, in over a century, the next generation is predicted to have far more suffering, potentially shorter lives, and a lot more struggle than its previous generation. We've always been taught when we were growing up to leave, whatever you had, your room, your car, your house, whatever it is, leave it better than what the condition than you got it. If you borrow something, that's the motto I am. I return it in better condition than it was when I got it. And we aren't able to do that right now for our kids. And it's a sad, sad reality. And so there are some things that we can do to take our lives back, to take them into our own hands. But we have to grasp that. And we have to want it. And we have to stop relying on governments and thinking that they're going to fix the problems for us, because it's not going to happen. It's just not. You can see here, I talked about the national debt, the U.S. national debt. Look at that graph. That almost looks like the Capricoin graph today on Bittrex, but it's not. That's actually a bad graph because it's our debt ratio. Look at that. In 2015, today, we're looking at like $20 trillion in debt. And it just continues to grow at an astronomical pace. I think it's grown by $8 or $9 trillion just in the last 7 or 8 years. It's doubled in the last 7 or 8 years, our national debt, and it continues to grow at a mind-boggling rate. The debt per income ratio, you can see here in 1990, it was 2-to-1 in the black. That's why when I got out of college at $26,000 a year, I felt like I was living high on the hog. And today, in 2015, you can see in this graph, in 2009, it was double the other way, double the debt to income ratio, double the red. And that's why if I was out of college today and making that same $26,000, I wouldn't feel nearly as confident or be having nearly the amount of fun that I was having back when I was 21 or 22 years old. Ron Paul, a former U.S. presidential candidate and 22-year congressman, really summed it up well here when he said, "I believe we as a nation are on the brink of a massive financial crisis, infinitely worse than the crisis of 2008. And that's because it won't be a banking and mortgage problem, but a full-blown currency crisis, the likes of which we've never experienced in this country. The savings of millions of people could be wiped out overnight. The stock market could crash by 50% or more. The way of life we've enjoyed as Americans for 50 years could come to an end. It's not a question of if this will happen, but when." And that's what we're talking about today. That's one of the biggest issues facing this world. It's not a tech collapse that's going to happen like happened in early 2000. It's not a real estate crisis. It's a currency crisis, an $80 trillion market that we're facing right now. The devaluation of the US dollar is incredible right now. And if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what does. You can see here, China is trying to delink itself from the US dollar. They approved the usage of the ruble instead of the US dollar in a border city back in August of 2015. The China-Russia currency agreement further threatens US dollar. You can see that with the advance of technology and the ability to communicate and the ability to make things happen, that there is less and less need for the US dollar to be the standard in today's society. You can see the crisis is hitting Iceland, bankers behind bars. Iceland literally woke up to double the price, double inflation, double the price of their products without any kind of increase in income. Now imagine that happening to you today. If you walked in, it's already a ridiculous amount, that you have to pay for groceries. Just think about doubling that. We went through a mini cycle of this back in, I think it was 2005 or 6, 7, whatever it was, when gas prices shot to like $4 a gallon here in the United States and around the world, and it sent people into a tizzy. And now that it's down under $2 again, people feel like they're stealing it. And if it ever got back up to $3 or $4, it would just be a normal thing. And that's what we're going to be facing on a much larger scale here if things don't change. Argentina had the same problem with their debt crisis. You can see Cyprus, which is tied to Greece, Zimbabwe, Greeks lining up for hours. We all know this story, back last summer where Greece was really going through some troubles and some struggles. People lined up for hours only to withdraw 60 euros at a time. That's all they could take out. Bill Bonner is the founder and president of Gore Publishing, and he had this quote here, which I thought was super, super powerful. "Digital currency is the first improvement in money in 5,000 years. Now, a little bit about me and where I come from the digital cryptocurrency world. 2 years ago, I was introduced to Bitcoin, and I had an opportunity to get involved in a mining operation within Bitcoin, and I actually passed on it because it wasn't the right place at the right time. But what it did offer me was an ability to do some research on it. And I learned and I researched and I studied the situation, and I saw that there was a huge opportunity within this. I knew that the opportunity within Bitcoin had already passed, but I believed that was just scratching the surface, and that is never more true than here we are 2 years later That is never more true than today. We are just scratching the surface of where this cryptocurrency revolution is going. So today, I'm going to introduce you to a new currency, a new global currency, an instant payment, instant digital payment solution. Maybe you've heard of cryptocurrency. Maybe you've heard of Bitcoin. Maybe you've heard of Capricoin or Vizionary a little bit. I don't know where you're at in your, venture into this, or where your knowledge level is. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the opportunities going forward and where we are at. So first of all, what is cryptocurrency? It's basically your money in a digital form. So basically, take your dollar bill out of your pocket, look at that serial number, put it out into cyberspace, that serial number, crumple up the paper and throw the paper away. And that's what cryptocurrency is. It's a series of algorithmic numbers that creates your money in a digital form without having the fiat or paper behind it. The benefits are there's no fees to it, so you can eliminate many of the transaction fees, banking fees, and such. You can transfer money worldwide instantly. It's protection. It's out of the hands of your government and bank. And what we're starting to see even now, and this is what my belief is, I believe that over the course of the next 10 years, the banking system as it exists today will no longer exist. Now, will it be gone? No, absolutely not. You're taking on a huge entity there, but I believe there'll be a big revolution in how it happens, because with the advent of PayPal and Apple Pay and Google Wallet and things of these nature, the advent of technology, you don't need, what we used banks for initially was to store our money. That's what it was there for. We could store our money. And now with all of the technology advances and all of this stuff, including cryptocurrency, it's really not even necessary. You don't have to have a bank right now. You can take your money and put it in a much more secure place today than the bank and do it without all the fees. It's also a solution to commerce, government regulations, and transaction fees. All you need to pay, get paid, and transfer money is a phone. It's basically as simple as taking a picture on your phone. So the first cryptocurrency that was invented, I guess, is the word that we would use. Bitcoin was the first one. And many of us have heard of Bitcoin. Very few of us probably know really what Bitcoin is, other than some of the snippets on the news, or maybe you read in the newspaper or online or something like that. Right now, when I talk to people in regards to cryptocurrency and I educate people on it, 90% of the people have barely heard of Bitcoin. They may have heard of it, but almost nobody knows exactly what it is. I like to say that 90% of the world really is uneducated about cryptocurrency. 10% knows about it, and maybe a fraction of a percentage has really any good education on it. Bitcoin was the first of its kind in 2009. There's now more than 2,500, but really only about 100 with any type of value. Bitcoin was basically worthless in 2009. It was thought of as a Ponzi scheme. It was thought of as, some sort of fad that was never going to last. It had no value. It was used by online gamers to pay online gaming debts. And somewhere in, I believe, 2011, it really started to grasp a true value. And it went from less than a penny in value to somewhere in and around 250, 300, as high as close to $400 this past year in 2015 in value. Now, if you took, just do the math on that. If you took $100 in Bitcoins in 2009, that would equate to $2.5 million today. Think about that. $100 in Bitcoins equals $2.5 million today. And those were the kind of things that got me excited. 2 years ago, when I started reading about this, when I started learning, I started educating myself on this, I was like, wow. This is a currency that has the ability to increase in value. Now, we know gold doesn't really have an increase in value. Nobody's going to get rich off gold anymore. Nobody's going to get rich off the USD. Now, you can be a day trader and some of that stuff, and if you know what you're doing, maybe you can make some money. But this is a real opportunity. Our cryptocurrency expert, Gary Connor, said Bitcoin, let me back up just a second. I like to equate Bitcoin to the internet in the early 90s. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody understood what www was. Nobody knew what AOL was. We didn't get it. We didn't understand it. What's this email thing? I like to have paper in my hands, all this stuff. We didn't get it. And now today in 2015, we walk around with it in our pockets. And in fact, I just got an Apple Watch for my Christmas present. And so now I get to wear it on my wrist on top of everything else. So we can't imagine living our lives without it. And that's how I look at cryptocurrency in the future. The technology behind it, the blockchain technology behind it is incredible. And now none of this stuff we don't need to know. When we run our credit cards, we don't know how to run the algorithm on the credit card machine, right? We just know how to swipe it, and we use our credit card. And that's the education that we need to know about cryptocurrency. We don't need to know I don't know the algorithms. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not a tech guru. I don't understand all of that stuff. If I did and I had to mine my own coins and I had to do all this stuff, I'd be doing something different today. But fortunately, with a company like Vizionary, with a product like Capricoin, with a product like the mining service that they provide and the education that they provide on how to use it, how to obtain it, and how to get involved in it, it's very, very simple. Anybody and everybody can do it. My mom is 73 years old. She's involved in this. So anybody can do this stuff. Anybody can be involved with Vizionary. This is a great story. A Norwegian man forgets about $26 Bitcoin investment, makes $850,000. So a young man, I think he was 19 years old or so, from Norway, was doing a thesis paper on encryption for his college class, and came across Bitcoin through the blockchain technology and all that kind of stuff, and decided to throw $26 at Bitcoin. And then 2 years later, he realized that he had some real value there. Well, it turned out that value ended up being $850,000. He took a portion of that money and went and bought a high-rise condo in one of the most lucrative parts of Oslo, Norway, paid cash for it, and made himself a nice little find there with his Bitcoin investment. Something that people don't really understand right now is that Bitcoin is actually accepted by more than 300,000 companies worldwide. It's like having a debit card or bank account on your cell phone. And that's when I got to that story. It said, we don't need to know how to program the credit card machine. We just know how to swipe it. And that's what we're at with cryptocurrency. You don't need to know how to do all the algorithms and figure out, how all of it works. You just need to learn how to get your hands on it and use it and take advantage of it and ride this revolution right now. I was getting to a point where I was going to tell you that, I told you what I think about it, being 90% people don't understand it. In 10 years from now, it'll be just the opposite. It'll be just like our cell phones. 90% of the people will know what cryptocurrency is. They'll be using it. It'll be a regular thing. We will be paying for everything with our cell phones before you know it. So now is the time to get educated on it. Now is the time to understand it. Now is the time to take advantage of it. 90% of the people don't know what cryptocurrency is yet it's made thousands of people millionaires, thousands of people. You know what I call that? I call that opportunity. It's staring you in the face. All you have to do is take massive action on it, get educated, and understand it. Gary Conner, like I said, he had a great summary of this. He said that Bitcoin is the Netscape, the very beginning of the internet revolution. Bitcoin is the Netscape of cryptocurrency. And now other currencies like Capricoin are becoming the Yahoo of the cryptocurrency space. And he said Google hasn't been invented yet for cryptocurrency. So we are just scratching the surface of where this is going. You can see here the companies that are already accepting Bitcoin around the world, and soon you'll be seeing more, many companies accepting any currency, I believe, that's on the public exchange, because that creates true value and real value on the exchange. So you see companies like Dell, Overstock.com, PayPal, Virgin Atlantic, Tiger Direct, 7-Eleven, Expedia, and on and on and on. The list goes on. Microsoft and Fiverr, and you literally can, if you pay attention, you will see that Bitcoin is accepted in many, many places. Like I said, 300,000 companies worldwide. Bitcoin was deemed a regular currency by the Australian Senate Committee back in August of 2015. Every day I am seeing news in regards to Bitcoin, in regards to cryptocurrency in general, that is making this more and more and more and more legitimate. Making this something that, somebody's accepting it, or the government regulations on it have come to accept it, and they're wrapping their brains around. I mean, this is a fluid situation in the United States. We've got bit licensing now for these exchanges. We've got all kinds of things going on to protect you, the consumer. It is a real thing. It is here, and it is here to stay. And right now, everybody's just trying to figure out what direction it's going to go. So right now is the time where entrepreneurs take advantage of that. Bitcoin is officially a commodity according to a U.S. regulator. Just more news on it. Barclays to become the first major bank to accept Bitcoin. So now you're starting to see banks who are threatened by this starting to figure out how can they use this to their advantage. Now, Bitcoin in and of itself does have some challenges to it. It has no formal marketing strategy. It's perceived as an investment, so it's very volatile. It can be very volatile, It's delay in conversion to global currency, so it can take anywhere from, a few minutes up to 6, 7, 8, 10 hours to process your Bitcoin transaction. And so it doesn't make it a viable solution, in my opinion, for a long-term currency because of those challenges. It's also very expensive to mine. So to mine Bitcoin, you have to have your own hardware, software, and electricity, or you have to go on these exchanges and you can buy Bitcoin, but it's very expensive to get your hands on. The Capricoin value is created by true supply and demand. Capricoin is essentially Bitcoin 2.0. It is the new revolution in cryptocurrency. It's the newer technology with instant payment solutions, so you don't have to wait those 6, 8, 10 hours. It takes 3 seconds to process a transaction with Capricoin. It's a legitimate cryptocurrency, as you see there. That's very important. It's available on 3 public exchanges. You saw the snapshot earlier in this of the Bittrex and the value of it today on Bittrex. You can also get your hands on it on bluetrade.com and coinmarketcap.com. So that's very important. That makes it a legitimate cryptocurrency. That means you have to disclose certain information, not to get into too many details on that. You have to disclose certain information in order to be accepted onto these exchanges, which makes you a viable, real, legitimate cryptocurrency. It's designed to protect and secure finance. It's designed to increase in value, and it's designed to be a global digital payment solution. It's the world's first MLM on the exchanges with our own blockchain cryptocurrency. So those of us that are the network marketing aspect of this, and now just to be clear, you don't have to be a part of building a team or doing anything like that from a network marketing aspect to be involved in Vizionary. It is not a requirement. Let me repeat, that is not a requirement. I have many people on my team that have never wanted to be a part of another MLM that I've been in or another network marketing company that have come in just to be able to mine Capricoin. That is a completely legitimate option. But for those of us that like to earn multiple streams of income, we are the world's first MLM on the exchanges. Now, we all know how timing into a company is very important, okay? If you get involved in a 50-year-old MLM company, it's going to be very difficult to get rich right now because most people have either heard of it, they've been a part of it, or they're not interested in it. And when you get into one that is in its early stages, you have something new, something fresh, and a new idea for people. So not only is this new in the niche, this is the first of its kind. The first of its kind in the world, in the history. Think about that. Think about how powerful that is. Think about the opportunity behind that. I mentioned a little story about Gary Conner earlier today, and you guys probably are like, well, who's Gary Conner? Well, he is the editor-in-chief of altcointoday.com. It's one of the largest newsletter publications for alternative currencies. He coined, for lack of a better term there, he termed Capricoin the perfect coin. will explode in value within 2 years. Collect as many as you can. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm collecting as many as I can. And now we're starting to see that opportunity come to fruition when you're looking at 85 cents. When I mined close to 100,000 coins for pennies, for a few pennies, and I saw a value today of 85 cents, I'll let you do the math on that. So what makes us different? What makes Capricoin different from Bitcoin? What makes it different from other altcoins that are out there? We're a second generation cryptocurrency. Like I said, it's an instant payment solution. The way the payments are processed is different than Bitcoin. Not to confuse you and get into too much detail on the technology behind that. Essentially, it processes payments within 3 seconds. So it's quicker than your credit card that you swipe. So it's instant. No one has the technology nor the strategy Capricoin offers. Nobody has what we have. When you combine the ability to market it and you combine the technology together, no other coin has that. We have an attractive earnings potential with Vizionary. Okay, so you get in, you're hoping that, the value of the coin increases, and it's designed to do that, and that's, obviously a very strong reason. But there's also a huge attractive earnings potential outside of that. There's 10 different ways to earn money, and I'm not going to get into all 10 of those today. If you want to know exactly and the details on all that stuff, we can get you the information on that. Get back with the person that invited you on this call and get those questions answered. We have a very low mining price. Now you're starting to see the mining price go up as we get more people in the mining pool. The price of the slots to mine these coins is starting to go up, but it's still very low. We're still at a very competitive time and a great time to get involved, because now you're starting to see the potential with this long term down the road. When most of us got in back in the beginning, we got in because we saw an idea, we saw an opportunity, and we jumped in and we took a risk. Right now, you're looking at the perfect time to get in because you still have a huge opportunity in front of you, but a lot of that risk has been alleviated based on being on the public exchanges and some of the other things. You also can receive mining time bonuses. So when you mine the coin, you're going to get free slots so that you can potentially earn extra coins. One word that differentiates us from other coins. So what differentiates Capricoin from Bitcoin? I named all those things. It's marketing. Bitcoin went to, at one point, over $1,200 a coin was its value. And they did all of that without any kind of formal marketing strategy. Nothing at all. I want you to think about something right now, and I talked about this before in regards to how powerful marketing is. And this is a great example. Think about the best hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever that you've ever had. Okay? Now really think about that. Now, it might be an In-N-Out burger. It might be a Whataburger. It might be your homemade secret sauce hamburger. It might be at somebody else's house, or maybe a mom and pop joint, or whatever it is. But I guarantee you that nobody thought about the Big Mac. Yet, listen to this statistic. 550 million Big Macs are sold in the US alone annually. That is 17 per second in the United States. It is easily the best-selling hamburger in the world, the biggest seller in the world. Easily the biggest seller. Why is that, do you say? Because of marketing. McDonald's didn't figure out how to make the best hamburger in the world. They figured out how to sell the most hamburgers in the world. That is the power of marketing. When you compare that and you look at how Bitcoin is now at a value around $300 without any kind of formal marketing strategy, and it reached a peak at one point of $1,200 a coin, look at the potential when you have a formal marketing strategy to mine a coin and create the demand that will ultimately create the value. That's what we're looking at. That's the power in marketing. That's the one word answer when people ask me, what makes you different than Bitcoin? Bitcoin is awesome. I'm a Bitcoin fan. They've paved the way. They've taken a lot of the legwork out of cryptocurrency by having all these merchants and legitimizing it, but they didn't do it with any kind of marketing strategy, and they didn't have the technology that we offer. Bill Gates quoted this: "The future of money is digital currency." And if Bill Gates sees an eye and sees a vision for something, I better pay attention. That's how I look at it. So how do you get involved? There are 5 ways to get started. First of all, you can buy a retail package. It's 25 euros, about $26 USD. Gets you 1 mining slot in the weekly Capricoin mining pool. The other 5 choices that you see there are packages, which gets you a package to mine for multiple weeks. The bronze package is actually 1 week. You get 3 mining slots. This is our entry-level package. This is for people that want to come in, dip their toe in the water, check out everything that we have on the inside, our VIP group, all of the leaders, the ownership group, and all of the information that you have access to. You get all of that with the bronze package. You can come in, you can mine 3 slots. It's about $100 USD, 97 euros. Then we have the silver, which is a very popular choice, probably our most popular choice for people to get started with, because it's going to get you 16 mining slots. It's going to get you multiple weeks of mining. Now, what does that mean, right? It's all set up. It's a click of a button, and you choose how many slots that you want to mine for this particular week. And all you do is you click one button, and it tells you that. And then Vizionary does all the mining for you. They take all of the guesswork and hard work and all the algorithms and all the technology and all that stuff, and they take care of all of that for you. Essentially, you are renting and leasing mining space. So the silver is 16 mining slots, gets you multiple weeks. The gold is another very popular package because it's going to get you, a couple of months of mining. And that's right around $1,000. Our platinum is probably, the Visionary says our best value, but I really think the platinum is an incredible value based on what you get for right around $2,000, a little more than $2,000, $2,100. And then the Visionary, our best value there, you get 500 mining slots for $6,000. And now when you talk about cost per slot to mine, that is easily our best value. Now, what I tell people to do is find one that fits you, fits your budget, fits where you're at. There's no pressure to get in at the Visionary or platinum levels. I suggest people to get in at the silver. Get started at the silver. Get your spot. Get back with the person that invited you on this call today. Get your spot and get started today with silver. And you can always upgrade later. You just pay the difference and you upgrade later. To become a member, there's no fees, no monthly or annual, pay with credit card, 100% automated. How do you get started? Invite people to this presentation. So once you get your slots, you get in, you get your mining package purchased. You go over a couple of minutes to get your slots purchased. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to invite people to this presentation. If you choose to do that. If you choose to want to take and maximize the comp plan, maximize the opportunity within Visionary, you invite people to this presentation. Now, if you just want to mine coins, that's fine. That's totally fine. You're not required to do anything outside of that. You're not required to do anything else. You don't have to. There's no auto ships involved with this. Nothing like that. It's one time, and you can earn an income for a lifetime. And then you find 2 partners. Just find 2 people who want to protect their savings and profit from this revolution. That's it. Find 2 people. Get back with the person who invited you and get started. So get your questions answered. Get with the person that invited you on this call. Get your questions answered and get started today. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Go mine your own business. Open your own digital bank account. I told you that banking is changing and it's going to change, and there are opportunities right in front of you. It just takes a little bit of initiative. It takes a little bit of want to, and you have an incredible opportunity in front of you. So get back with the person that invited you on this call. Get your questions answered. Get started today. I'll look forward to seeing you in the inside in the VIP group. And, can't wait to interact. Can't wait to have you join our awesome family. I've never been a part of such a great group of entrepreneurs. Everybody is for everybody in this. We are helping each other, whether you're, a part of my team, part of somebody else's team. It doesn't matter. We are all in this revolution together. This is a long-term strategy. This is not get rich quick. This is not some sort of, uptick and collect your shares and get your money and get out. This is not what we are trying to do here. We are trying to set our families up and protect our families, our children, our children's children, and generations below that